So right now we're doing 337. And A and B. So use the vertical line test in the following exercises to determine whether each graph is the graph of a function. So we got, I gotta figure out how I'm gonna do this. You know what? I'm gonna do it the same as last time. I'll figure it out. It was so much easier last time. Okay.
So
Yeah, that
isn't
works.
it not a function because
What?
it hits the y-axis twice?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Because it, like, right here it hits, right here it hits. All of them, pretty much.
So what we have to say is no.
Yeah, that one's
sketched
not a
it.
function.
Yeah, I sketched it and then just drew like a dotted line through it, pretending that was the line, and I just said it failed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a function because it doesn't pass the vertical line test.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess that'll work. So now we're doing 339.
No, because there's A and B in 337.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so let's do A. Then B. So that one is a function.
Yeah, because it passed it.
We can't really show work for that though, huh?
No, I think as long as you explain your logic, then we should be okay.
Okay. So 339, A is not a function because it's the same thing, like it hits it all over.
Right, it passes the line twice, so it doesn't pass.
Yeah. Pretty much everywhere it passes twice.
Yep.
Yeah.
So 339A is not a function.
Right.
Yeah. And then B, it is a function.
That is a function.
All right, now the next one is 341.
Yep.
Oh, I did the wrong one. All right. So fx equals 3x plus 4. Graph each function, state its domain and range, write the domain and range in interval notation.
So I think you would start by making a table of values with x on one side and f of x on the other, and then just start plugging in values so you can make your graph.
Yeah.
So table of values. There's I have a graph here. Am I going to need that?
Yeah.
Okay. So 3x, f of x, 3x plus 4.
So if you plug in a 0, it's just going to be 4 on the y-axis.
So pretty much there. And then I guess I'm confused.
You just plug in a 0 for the x and then solve it, and the 0 would be the y value, and once you get what x equals, you plug that in for the x.
Are we choosing multiple numbers to plug in or just 0?
Well, I just did 3 because I picked 0, 1, and then -1, so you can make the line.
Okay, so you start with 0 here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let me erase that other dot. So start with 0 and then plug in.
No, you plug in 0 for the x.
Oh, so it'd be 3 times 0. So it'd be 4 on
Yeah.
the first one. So that
Yep.
first dot was correct.
Yes.
So we'll put a dot here and then plug in 1. So 3 plus 4 is 7.
Mm-hmm.
So,
So the y value would be 1, and then the x would be 7.
so 1 and then 7. And then -1. So the y value would be -1.
Yep.
And then that would be -3 plus 4.
Yep. So 1. And then you can just connect the dots to make the line.
That's not a straight line at all. Okay. It looks like 2 lines now, though. I guess I'm too picky, huh? So that one is a function.
Yep.
Yeah.
So now we have to state its domain and range.
Aren't they both infinite? Infinite because it's a line that keeps going.
Yeah.
Stop.
So parentheses, -infinity, comma, infinity. Yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the domain and range.
That's one of you put domain and you put -infinity and then the positive one on the other side in the parentheses, and then you put the exact same thing for the range.
All right.
I don't know how to draw a good infinity sign.
Can you go over how you got those points on the graph one more time?
So for x, for right here, we just plugged in 0, 1, and -1. So the 1 would be, if we plugged in 1, it'd be right here on 1. And then you'd solve it, so it'd be 3 times 1 plus 4 is 7, so then you go up 7.
Okay, thank you.
And then just do the same for -1.
All right. So everybody good?
Yeah.
All right. So next we got 353, right?
How do I add a new page? Page break? Oh yeah, there we go. 353 is the next one, yeah. All right, so fx equals 2x. So we do the same thing, we draw the graph.
Yep.
Oh, what the heck? So we're gonna draw our graph. So 0 would be, it equals 0. So it'd be right here in the center. Correct?
Yeah.
And then
Yep.
1 would be 2. So 1 and then 2 up. And then -1 would be -2. So it'd be right here. So like that kind of.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
mine looks like.
How did you know just to move it over once to go up?
Because we plugged in 1.
Oh,
So if you do the 2x and you plug in a 1, it just equals 2. But since we plugged in a 1, we're going to go over 1 and then up 2 because it equals 2. And then so if you do the -1, you go over -1. And since it's -2, you go down 2.
Perfect.
And
Thank
so it's
you.
going to be here and here and then in the center.
Okay, makes sense.
But I guess that'd still be a straight line, not curved like I have it, huh?
Yeah, but it's fine.
No, sir, I don't think it is.
So for the domain and range, it's still pretty much infinite and infinite, right?
Yeah.
It's a straight line that goes on forever. So the domain, negative infinity,
Ah, son of a gun. My palm keeps getting in the way.
positive infinity, range, same thing.
Stop. Goodness gracious. All right, so that's the answer.
Yep.
All right, so now we're jumping up to 357. And that one, fx equals 3x squared. Oh, wow. What the heck? I'm really having trouble here. I got to figure out this thing better.
No worries.
Okay. So we're going to draw our graph. So 0, it'd start at 0. Correct?
Yeah.
Yep.
Because plug in 0 and it's 0. So if we put, so we're going to want to put pretty much 3x squared, but we're going to have it pretty much in parentheses here when we plug in numbers, correct?
Yeah.
So if you
Yes.
plug in 1, it would be 1 squared, which is still 1. Let's plug in 2 instead just to make it,
Yeah.
otherwise it's going to be 1. So we'll just plug in 2, and then we'll get a different, so 2 So 2 squared is 4. And 3 times 4 is 12. So we plugged in a 2, so we're going to go over. Ah, son of a gun. We're going to go over 1, 2, and then up 12. So we're just going to put it up here. And then I'll erase this so we can plug in new ones. And then 3 negative 2 squared. So negative 2 times negative 2 is still positive 2.
Yeah.
Or that, no, that's positive 4, sorry.
All right. Yeah, so it's gonna be another 12.
Yeah. So negative 2, 1, 2, and then positive 12. So it's like that. So it makes a V.
It's more of a U because the -1, 0, and 1 are all 3.
Could we just use positive numbers instead, or why did you use a negative?
To see what it looks like on the other side of the graph.
You can use positive numbers, but you won't see the other side of the graph.
The 0 is on 3. Or no, it's not. I'm totally wrong. I'm sorry.
You just use the negative numbers when you're squaring then?
No. You use them, we used them on the other numbers as well. For like example, this one here. We did
Oh, yeah, like
1 and negative 1.
Okay.
And since we plugged in 0 for the first one, it would pretty much be this. Nope, that's not an eraser. So you'd plug in 0 instead. And then so 0 squared is 0, and then 3 times 0 is 0. So that's why we started right in the middle here. So it'd be 0, 0. Why won't it let me scroll down? There we go. Oh, I got rid of the 3 on 357. Hopefully I get better at this.
You'll get the hang of it.
371.
You're doing a good job. I wouldn't be able to do this.
It's just my palm keeps touching all this stuff down here, and I don't know how to get rid of all that. You know what? I might actually. So if I go like this, go to laptop mode, and then FN F11. Where's the F12? Nope, that's not it. Okay, I don't know. I thought you made it full screen with F11. All right, so 371.
We need to do the domain and range for 357 too.
Yeah.
The domain is the same, but the range is up and down, right?
So I got a message right now saying this meeting will end in 10 minutes. So if it ends, I'm just going to start a new one.
Okay.
And I'll keep the page. Because it's asking me to upgrade.
Yeah.
All right, so what do we have here? 371.
We still need to
FX.
do the domain and range for 57.
Correct.
So I
Range.
The range, I'm pretty sure, is 0 and then infinity because it only goes down to 0.
So I don't get the domain and the domain part. So how do you put that in interval notation? Like
The
why
domain-
is it 0 and then infinity?
That was the range. The domain is the negative infinity and infinity because it's left and right. And
Uh-huh.
it goes that way forever, but the range is the y. And because it only goes down to 0 and it does that v, the lowest point would be 0.
Okay.
So 0 and then infinity.
Yeah.
And then negative infinity and infinity. Right?
Got it.
All right, so 371 now. fx equals the square root of x minus 1. Okay. So let's plug in 0. 0 minus 1 is negative 1. So 0 minus 1 is negative 1. Square root of negative 1. What's the square root of negative 1?
Isn't that an imaginary number?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is.
So we can't use 0.
For 357, when you're finding the range or the domain, wouldn't it be just 0, 0 because it's only on one point?
For which one?
For the last one we just did
357?
357.
The domain? No, because the graph has 2 arrows at the end of those lines that keep going that way. Because you could keep plugging in more numbers.
Messed that up,
What?
sorry.
Because I think the last one we did was -2, but you could plug in -3 and it would keep going.
Okay.
All right.
All right, so we can't use 0, right?
No.
So let's try negative. Let's just do 2 and -2. Try that.
What, 2 and -2,
Yeah.
you said?
Negative numbers can't be square rooted, so like any of the negatives, like 0 back can't be done.
Oh. So what are we gonna do here?
You just would put a dot, like the line doesn't keep going past it. It starts at 2. Because if you plugged in 2 for x, it would be 1, and the square root of 1 is 1.
So 2 for x minus 1, square root of 1 is 1.
Yeah.
So it'd start at 2, 1, right?
Yeah.
So 1, 2, 1. Start right here. So then the domain and range. We still got to plug in another number, but I'm just getting ready.
Yeah.
All right, so now if we plugged in 4, how about 4?
Yeah.
So 4 minus 1 is 3, square root of 3. What is the square root of 3?
I think we would have to do 5 minus 1 and then get the square, that'd be 4 and square root would be 2.
All right, so we'll do 5. All right, so 5 minus 1 is 4, square root of 4 is 2.
Yeah.
So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then up 2. So the line will go like this.
Yeah.
So we got, for the domain is the x or the y?
The x.
The x. So for the domain, we got 2.
Yeah, 2 and then infinity.
And then for the range, we got 1, comma, infinity. Right?
Yeah.
Now I got to put another new page. This is the way he wanted it. Okay. The next one that was, what was that, 371?
Yep.
So 375. Fx equals the absolute value of x plus 1. Okay. What numbers do we want to plug in for this?
Any of them, I'm pretty sure. You can plug in -1, 0, and 1 again if you want, or you could do -2, 0, and 2.
Yeah, let's do -2, 0, and 2. So if we plug in -2, it'll go back. Son of a gun. We'll go back 1, 2. And then what is the equation equal? Negative
3.
absolute value of -2 plus 1.
Yeah, it would be 3.
So is the absolute value of -2, is it just 2?
Yeah, just change it. It makes it everything positive. If it's positive, it stays positive, but if it's negative, it turns positive too.
Okay. So it's +3 then.
Yeah.
So 1, 2, 3, and then it goes right here. And then if we did 0, it'd be 1. So if we start at 0, it'd be 1. And then if we put in +2, 1, 2, it'd still be 3.
So it's going to be a V
One
shape.
of those V's.
It's not a U?
Yeah.
It's a V shape.
Yeah, because if it was a U, it would have like 2 of the same at the bottom, but it's a V.
Okay. So there's only one way to get that point at the bottom.
Yeah.
All right. So the domain will be 0, right?
The domain is both the infinity, negative and positive, because they go left and right forever.
Okay. And then the range would be the highest, and
1.
so
And then
1 and
infinity.
infinity.
Yeah.
I got to make sure that I wrote domain and range on this one. It's really hard to write neat when I can't touch my hand on the thing. All right. So we just did 375. Now we're jumping up to 377. And we got a graph. So in the following exercise, do the graph of the function to find its domain and range. Write the domain and range in interval notation. So for the domain, we'll have 1, comma, infinity. And the range will, all right.
All right. So the domain is 1 infinity for 377.
Well, let me get to it real quick. So 1 infinity, yep. And then the range, it starts at 0 and goes to infinity.
Okay. And that's
So
what I
1
got.
infinity.
I can't.
One is-
Oh, what the heck? All right, let's try this again. Domain 1 infinity range 0. Oh, I wasn't supposed to do that.
Brandon, I cannot see your work or your.
Oh, I'm not sharing it. Hold on.
Can anyone else see it?
No.
I forgot to share screen. I apologize.
Oh, good.
There we go.
There you go.
All right. So let's go back to this page so they can see it real quick. So it's 1 infinity because it starts at 1 on the x-axis, and then the range is 0 infinity because it starts at 0 on the y-axis and it just keeps going.
Yeah.
All right,
Yep.
so people watching should understand now. Which one are we on now? 379. So we got domain, domain and range. All right, so the domain would be 0, right?
Yeah.
Yep. And then in
Domain
Zero.
zero. The domain isn't the domain negative infinity and positive infinity because the arrows keep going.
I think that's the range because that's the
But that's-
that's the y or the x axis. Oh yeah, you're right. I got the x and y axis mixed up.
So it is negative infinity?
Yeah, it's negative infinity, positive infinity. I just got domain and range mixed up.
Okay.
And then the range is 4 and then infinity. Because it keeps going up on
Yep.
both sides.
But doesn't the okay, so doesn't the domain doesn't that start at 0?
No, because the arrows go as far left and they just keep going and they go.
Oh, I see.
Right,
Of
it's
course,
right.
they go in both directions. I see.
Yeah.
Yep.
Negative.
So what was it again? Negative infinity, infinity, and 4 infinity. So 379 is
And for the second part of the range, whether it's positive or negative is depending on if it's facing up or down, right?
yeah.
Okay.
All right, the next one is 381. Oh, don't do this to me. Okay, that one's pretty simple, right? So, whoa, what page were we on?
I don't know what page.
What?
345
Uh,
if you have the new book.
Or 345 or 346? Oh, 345. And we're on 381.
correct.
All right. So here we got domain and range. So neither of these are going to be infinity. So
is it -1 and +1 for the domain?
Yeah.
yep, because it's going on the x-axis here. And then the range is the y-axis, so it would be 0. And
2.
yeah, that's a 2. I was trying
Or
to.
then the domain is 2s as well because the lines are going every 2.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
You're right. That's
So
a
it's
2.
-2 and 2.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah. I just saw one line, so I guess that's why you gotta be careful, huh?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So 381, domain, range, -2 and 2, and then 0 and 2. Don't write in your books. 383.
So in
Okay.
the following exercises, use a graph of the function to find the indicated values.
Oh, so these are x's right here, huh?
Yeah. And
Oh,
it looks like
there's
there's an A
yeah,
through H.
yeah. So let me write. I think I'm gonna use a new page for that since it is. Yeah, I'm gonna use a new page because there's so many. Actually, no, I don't have to because I got the whole paper. 383, and then we'll do a. I'm trying to figure out. Oh, sweet. I had a little button on my pen. I guess I just pressed that and it will erase. That's cool. All right, sorry. Got distracted. Find f is 0. So first we got to make the equation, right?
Yeah.
All right. So let's make this equation. Fx equals it keeps I don't understand.
So it's saying find the function 0.
Yeah,
So if you were to plug in 0 on this, where would it be on the graph?
0, 0.
So 0, 0.
So that's
That's
the
A.
value. A is 0,
Yeah.
0. Oh, come on. And so B is find f is half times pi. So half times 3.14, right?
I'm not so sure about that because if you look on the x-axis, there's a 2 pi, and then there's a pi. So maybe it's between that pi and that first line right there.
Where do you see 2 pi? That's 2. Oh, that is pi. I thought that was an x.
No. So is it asking what the value would be, whatever half pi is?
So this would be pi. So this would be half pi. And then this would be 1.5 pi. So it'd be this one
Okay,
here,
so
right?
each increment is half.
I think so. It looks like that because look, half and then pi and then 1.5 pi and then 2 pi.
Yeah.
So it'd be right here. So it'd be -1 or no, 1 or half pi -1.
Half pi -1.
Would that work?
How would
Or
you find half of pi?
3.14 divided by 2.
Oh,
3.14 divided by 2, and that's 1.57
Wait, what?
because half is
No,
pi.
but
So since this is pi, this is 3.14.
yeah.
Yeah, so half of that would be right here.
well,
Okay.
okay.
So it would be 1.57 for the x and then -1, right?
Okay. I see what you're doing.
I don't know how you found the y.
So if you go here, the y is up and down, right? So since we're looking at half pi, that's what we're plugging in. So the y would be half pi, which is down right here, or -1. Oh, okay. So half pi is the x. Sorry, not the y. So you want to find half pi, and then where the line touches at half pi, that's where the y is.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. 1.57 comma -1. Unless you just wanted us to write half pi. He's gonna watch this, so he'll kind of get our reasoning, I guess.
Yeah. So
So-
C negative 3 over 2 pi.
So
So
that'd
that's
be
1.5
so that'd be right
pi.
here
Yeah.
because 3 over 2 is 1.5.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it'd be right here. So it would be plus 3.14. So it'd be half pi plus the full pi, which is 4.71, and then negative 1.
Negative 1.
So 4.7 negative 4.71. No, why does it do this? It won't stop. 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 Goodness gracious. Where were we? Sorry.
383 D.
Okay,
Yeah.
find the values for when x equals 0. So that'd be the same, 0, 0, right?
Yeah, I think so.
No, when f of x equals yeah, 0, 0, 0.
Find the x-intercepts. So it would,
So it's negative pi.
yeah, it's negative pi, negative 2 pi, pi, 2 pi. But it keeps going, so would
Do
it
we
be
have to put
negative
them in order?
infinity,
Like,
infinity?
the greatest to least?
What?
Don't we put them in order from greatest to least?
Yeah, but it has an arrow, so it says it keeps going. So
Yeah,
it would
if
be
it's
every
infinity, that would be too many points.
yeah, it would be every pi every full pi.
So negative 2 pi, pi, and then 0.
For E,
Yeah,
Pi,
isn't it
pi.
both the infinites because it has arrows on both sides?
that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
So negative infinity and infinity.
Oh, okay. We'll go with that. And I don't think he's going to grade this homework on correctness, just as long as we show work
Yeah.
and explain our reasoning. So negative infinity and infinity.
And then f.
Yeah.
I'm a little worried for the test though. I don't know.
Yeah, me too. But maybe Marcus, I keep thinking you're just staring at me, but it's your picture.
Oh.
Like, I'm like, why are you looking at me like that?
No, I couldn't figure out how to upload anything else, so I just took a picture off the computer right then.
How did you make a profile picture? Can you help me?
I had to say something. I was like, okay,
That's
F,
fine.
find the y-intercepts. So the y-intercepts are 1 and 0 and positive 1.
Yeah.
1 and 0. I don't. For 383?
Yes, because if you
Yeah.
look here, it touches at 0, it touches at negative 1, and it touches at
1.
So we can go negative 1 to 1 because it does touch everything in between as well.
Oh, yeah.
So negative 1 to 1. Or let's just do negative 1, 1, right?
Yeah.
For a range.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to write range here. And then G.
But doesn't the y-intercept mean when it intercepts the y-axis?
Yeah, and it's intercepting the y-axis all the way up to 1 because this is a 1 here on the y. And then it's a negative 1 on the y. So it's everything in between here it's intercepting.
Okay.
Because you got to look at like this.
Oh no, isn't it just 0 because that is the only intercept point
That's
on
what
the
I was
y-axis?
saying.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It actually has to touch the actual y-axis, not just something on the y plane, but actually the y line, that vertical line. The only thing that intercepts that is 0.
0. Yeah, I
okay.
agree.
So let's.
So
see
it's
what
just 0, right? 0.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. All right, so G. I got so many marks here.
Find the domain.
Find the domain, write it in interval notation. So the domain would be the x-axis. So it'd be negative infinity, infinity.
Okay. Negative infinity, infinity.
And then h. And then it's probably find the range for h. Yeah. And then that one would be negative 1, 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, that was tedious.
Yeah, it was.
There's like 5 questions in one.
Yeah. How many more do we have to do? Is it just one
one.
more?
Yeah.
Okay,
385.
Thank God. So,
All right. Oh, wow. Another A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. But now that we know what's going on, it should be a little easier.
yeah.
All right. So A. Find f of 0. So the 0 would be right here, right? 5, 6, 7,
5.
8.
Is,
Wait,
is that a
4,
5?
4, 6, 8. Yeah, so it is.
2, 4. No, it's going up by 2.
Yeah, so right in
Yeah,
between.
look. So
Right in between
4,
it would be
5,
5.
6, 7, 8. So it's 5.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, that's 5. Yeah, it is. You're right.
So the A would be 5.
5.
Find f is negative 3. So that would be right here. So
Negative 3.
it'd be 2, right?
2. Yeah.
Oh, no, because it's past the 2, because that goes by 2. So it would be negative 3.
Oh, wait. Are we finding the actual placement? Because then it would be 5, 0, wouldn't it? 5,
Yeah.
comma 0. So we'll do 5, comma 0. And then this one
No,
would be.
Wouldn't it be
isn't
0, 5?
5?
Yeah, 0, comma 5.
I thought the x came first.
It does.
X. Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. Dominoes.
Oh, sorry, did you hear that?
Oh, yeah. And then so negative 3 would be right here. So it'd be negative 3, comma 1. Or 2, sorry.
Yeah.
3, comma 2.
I don't know if this one is.
And the same thing, it's going to be positive 3,
Comma 2.
2 for C.
Find the values for x when fx equals 0. So that'd be 0. Zero comma 5 again, right?
Yeah.
So that's the same as number 1.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the same question.
What's a free book? What do you expect?
Find the x-intercepts.
There aren't any.
See, that's why I think it means anything that it intercepts on the x.
No, I'm pretty sure that just means there are no x. It might be one of those trick questions.
The answers are in the
Because-
back, right?
It does not intercept X, I don't think.
Yeah.
It doesn't. No. I mean, if there's any questions about that, then we're just gonna have to ask them on Monday.
The
Yeah.
y-intercept is 5 then.
Yeah.
Find the domain, write it in interval notation. So it'd be, the domain would be -3, 3. Because that's the furthest back it goes and that's the furthest forward it goes. And then the range, which is h, find the range, would be 2, comma,
5.
5.
Yeah.
And that's our homework.
All right.
Yay!
All right, so now I got to put these 2 videos together and put them on YouTube.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Hey, thanks for organizing this. It's a great
Yeah.
help.
Yeah, I'm trying. We'll see. You guys have a good day.
We'll
Yeah,
see you
later.
next.
Yeah, see you Monday.